I know it seems difficult and I know it seems impossible to think of the fact that whatever you're going through right now, it's the worst thing that ever happened to you. You had everything was going just fine, and then suddenly, just in a blink, things just went left, and you're like, how did I get here? How did I lose my job? I used to get to work early all the time. Early. I get there first, and I worked my butt off from sun up to sundown. Well, it happens. Now that it happens, you're feeling like you're being buried. You're in a ditch 50 feet deep, and it's like things are being poured on top of you, just dirt. You're being buried in your own problems. I remember feeling that way when I first moved to North Carolina. When I first moved to North Carolina, I had a job that was supposed to transfer. There was a discrepancy with the transferring of the job. Long story short, I'm unemployed. And I stayed unemployed for 6 months. And in that 6 month period, I also was on government assistance. I was on food stamps. Had to eat. I like to eat. I'm a healthy guy, and not a small guy, so I like to eat. So I had to do what I had to do while I was in that situation. But in that moment, I had never had government assistance. I had never been without a job for such a long stretch, and it was difficult. I had come from a management position to unemployed. You get on this pedestal sometimes. You're like, hey, I'm in leadership. Yeah. Now you don't have a team to lead no more, or do you? Does leading mean a position, or is leadership a particular calling in our lives? Are we is does our life end because we're in this thunderstorm, or we're in this hurricane, or we're in this earthquake? Things are being shaken up. But sometimes when you shake things up, it makes things better. Sometimes when you add a little pressure, you get things that are precious. Sometimes when you feel like you're in this ditch, if you look at it another way, you're actually on the other side of a hill that you're about to go up. You're about to go to the highest peak, because now at this moment, you're being built. All of those prayers that you've been praying and saying, oh Lord, I need patience. Oh Lord, I need to love people more. Yeah, you're going to go through these situations where it's going to build you. It's going to challenge you. If it doesn't challenge you, someone says if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. That is such a true statement, because if it doesn't challenge you and you continue to be comfortable, then how are you developing yourself? How are you growing? You got to see past your pain. In those moments, you got to see past your pain, and you can't see with these eyes. These eyes will allow for you to see things, and your emotions will be stimulated. You'll feel some type of way, like, man, everybody else is winning and I'm losing. Are you really losing? How are you looking at your problems? How are you looking at your situation? It's all a matter of perception, and it all depends upon how you're looking at it. If you're looking at it like it's a loss, then it'll be a loss. Our minds are so powerful. We can power ourselves and inspire ourselves to do some amazing things. But in the same way, we can also discourage ourselves and doubt ourselves out of the things that we're supposed to be working through and persevering through and trusting God to lead us through. There's a difference that has to be made in the way that we think when we're in these situations. And it's up to us, me and you. We have to be able to do that. Will we do that? Will you join me in changing our perspective on how we power through our situations, how we see past our pain? How can we see past our pain? If pain is right in front of me, how can I see past it? How can I see past it? God has given us the fruits of the Spirit, and one of the fruits of the Spirit is peace. Peace is the anchor in the midst of a storm. Peace is going to give you peace when you feel like your life is falling to pieces. And if it's a fruit of the Spirit, that means we can eat it. It's a good fruit. It's coming from a good tree, which is the Holy Spirit, which is Jesus, which is God, which is the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So if we have that fruit, eat that fruit. Eat it. It's available. It's inside of you. If it's inside of you, when you eat it, you'll see the good results. You'll see where you'll begin to relax and say, hey, this is out of my control. I have no idea how I'm going to get out of this. And you know what? It's not up to me to figure out how I'm going to get out of this, because this is out of my control. When are we going to realize what we can control and what we can't control? We need to be able to figure that out and determine what weight we have to lift versus the weight that God is going to lift. And that is the matter of how we decide to look at our problems. Will our problems last always? I've never seen a natural disaster last forever. All these thunderstorms, all these earthquakes, all of these mudslides, all these things, they all have an ending. And the thing that you're going through in your life has an ending. You'll laugh at it one day and say, you know what? I remember when I didn't have a job. I remember when I was doing this, or I remember when this unfortunate thing happened to me. I remember when I lost this loved one. I remember when I broke up with this person who I thought was going to be my partner for life. It will pass. This too shall pass. The old folks say it all the time, and it's true. This too shall pass, but you have to believe it. Will you believe it is the question. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just needed to get that off my chest, and I pray that it blesses you the way it blessed me when God spoke it to me. I needed to get this out to you. Have a terrific weekend. Fantastic Friday. It's Friday, y'all. Do something constructive or just relax. Relaxing is the best thing that you can do on a wonderful Friday like this.